Right, let's do some unboxing like it's 1969. This is an original Leak box. It's a slight challenge getting everything in the camera, but hopefully you will be able to see that. This is the Leak label, obviously. So stereo 30 plus, transistor amplifier in teak case, because you could buy it without the teak case, just the bare metal chassis to mount in a panel or something. So that's the label. It's got a price of £45 on it, which looks decimal to me, so I'm assuming this was probably early 70s or 1970, 1971. Anyway, I don't know, I'm just guessing there. So this is the box. There's no other writing on the box, it's just a cardboard box with that label on. But then if we open it up, then you can see some of the packaging. Now I don't know exactly what this came with when it was new. This was in the box, just a label talking about not to short circuit the speaker leads, as this may blow the DC fuse. So that's in there. There's a guarantee card. This is your guarantee, Leak, London, England, research, engineering and manufacturing. And it's one of those that, you know, you would fill out and tear it off and post it in, and that's, somebody's done that. So this talks about the guarantee, a 1-year guarantee against defective materials and workmanship, with the exception of valves, transistors and fuses. And then you can see the factory address, HJ Leak & Co Limited, Brunel Road, Westway Factory Estate, London W3. That's basically on the Park Royal trading estate near Acton in West London. And as I say, I actually used to work basically in the next road along, which I didn't know at the time. So that's the guarantee card you got, printed in kind of gold effect, quite nice. And then we have the unit itself. As I say, I don't know what else. I assume it would have come with instructions. I do have a copy of the installation, operation and maintenance. I don't think this is what was provided to customers though. Some of it, or maybe some of it was, because it's got operation instructions, how to connect it. But then it gets into circuit diagram and service instructions, service engineers. So I don't know if all of this was provided out of the box or whether just some of it. No idea. But you can find a lot of this online. I'll put a downloadable copy of this on the website as well, put a link in. It goes into a huge amount of detail, which is really useful, obviously, when you're dealing with equipment that's 50, 60 years old. Some of it is quite not comical, but it shows how much times have changed. So I saw, yeah, so on page 5 it talks about, under the talking about the operating the controls, and it talks about the base control. So it says consumer opinion in some countries insists on a magnitude of available bass boost which, if used at maximum, can only result in a travesty of the original music. We have provided you with an availability of bass boost which you certainly should not need if your pickup and loudspeakers are moderately good. It's not possible to obtain true bass from a small loudspeaker system by turning the bass control to maximum, though an intermediate setting may be helpful, particularly when listening at low intensity levels. as in an apartment late at night. So very strong opinions on bass boost that Leek had. Not surprising, because they really prided themselves on audio quality and reproducing the original music. So this goes into a huge amount of detail anyway. Won't go into all of that now, but this is brochure as well. So this is for the Stereo 30. So this is the model before this. I have the Stereo 30 Plus, and as I say, the Plus has silicon transistors. The Stereo 30 had germanium, which were a little bit more sensitive and problematic and impossible to replace now. So this was the sales brochure. Again, I won't go into all of this. I'll put a download to this available, but it goes into quite a lot of detail of the Stereo 30. I don't have one for the Stereo 30 Plus. So let's get into unboxing. As you can see, we've got kind of cardboard and this foam stuff, which if I pull the mains cable out, and it's a very long mains cable, I think they said it was 4 meters long. It's this foam that's kind of made from chipped foam, which actually the Rover P5 seats are padded with this, and it falls apart, certainly in a car seat. This is hanging together, so it's kind of stuck on the cardboard. Obviously no one was too worried about recycling and environment in 1969. And then we get into the unit itself. So let me try and pull this out and just move the box. There's nothing else in the box other than the foam padding. Okay, and then we have our amplifier. So as you can see, it's in really nice condition. I think all of the lettering is perfect. This hasn't kind of worn away yet. So it's in really nice condition, just needs a bit of a clean. So we have the input selector. So tuner 1 mic, tuner 2, replay for, I think that's for cassette. And then pickup 1, pickup 2. We've got bass and treble controls, which Leek obviously aren't in favour of. We've got balance, and then we've got the volume and on-off. So you can hear that clicking on-off and then volume. We've got this this selector here, so you can move between mono, stereo, input right, which took the right input and put it out across both speakers, and then input left, which did the same for the left. I assume this is to do with mono records, being able to hear it through 2 speakers. So we've got that. We've got tape monitor switch, so we can use a cassette, or well, wouldn't have been a cassette really, it would have been a reel-to-reel tape, but we can monitor the tape. And then we've got this treble filter, so you've got a kind of switchable low pass filter as well. And then this other thing which looks like a button, but actually it is the headphone socket. Very neatly done, although I'm sure that got lost a lot. It's just a kind of plug that goes in the phone socket, and it's a 1/4 inch headphone jack. So that was just to kind of keep the symmetry of the front fascia, and a lot of Leek equipment was quite symmetrical. Things like the trough line tuner as well. So yeah, that's not a switch, that's a blanking plug. So that is the front. This one came in the teak or wooden case, which not all of them did. You could buy it as a bare kind of chassis as well. I assume you paid extra for the wooden case. So let's just get to the back, and there is the back of the amplifier. So we can see the serial number, Stereo 30 Plus, made in London, England, HJ Leek & Co. We've got obviously the mains coming in, a voltage selector, so it'll run from 110 up to 250 volts. You can, I think you just pull that out and rotate it. I'll leave that on 250. You have fuses, so AC fuse and DC fuse, and this came with the spare fuses. They just clip in to this little plastic connector holder, and I guess they're the original Leek fuses, so really nice that they're still there. You've got an earth connection. This AC outlet is switched by the front switch, so when the amp comes on, you could have a turntable or a cassette or a reel-to-reel tape player or a tuner be powered as well from these sockets. You've got the little wing nut to hold this in the chassis, and we'll take that out in a minute. Then you've got the loudspeaker connections, which are a bit of a tricky thing to actually, these plugs are quite rare now. I do have some, so we're good there, but you've got the two loudspeaker outputs. Somebody's put this red, white, yellow, black label on. I don't know what that is, like a Dymo thing. Not sure what that's for. Then you've got the various input connections, so you've got record, replay for the tape player, pickup 2, tuner 2, and you've got gain switch, so you can have selectable kind of input levels, and then you've got pickup 1 and tuner 1 or mic. So, you know, a decent selection of inputs. So just to look at the side, you have this is kind of, as you can see here, it's plywood, the case, painted brown, but then it's veneered with real wood. I think that's teak maybe, and you have this kind of strip of vinyl, which I think is, I don't know what that was for. Most Leek cases seem to have that. I assume it's just decorative. And then you have the front with this kind of solid wood front trim on. The bottom isn't veneered, it's just painted with ventilation slots in it and these foam feet. So this is in really nice condition, and apart from a bit of cleaning and hopefully just some checking, hopefully it'll be okay. So to remove this from the wooden case, we unscrew this. And I should just say actually that Leek seem to reuse the case sizes, so they're not all the same. I think there were two different sizes of this smaller case. There you go. So that's just a wing nut and a washer, and that goes into the back of the amp. So okay, so so there's our case. Got number there, 134. Yeah, there's 134 there as well. Don't know what that means, but anyway, you can see inside. Well, you can't really see, but it's plywood. It's made from. So it's lasted pretty well and in very good condition.